Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
This episode is brought to you by Temptations Cat Treats. Your cat will come running for the perfectly irresistible Temptations Creamy Puree and Temptations Lickable Spoon Cat Treats. The best time to feed lickable cat treats to your cat is anytime. Feed by hand for a playful moment, in a bowl for a creamy treat, or as a topper to make mealtime fun. Visit TemptationsTreats.com to learn more.
Vitamin Water was born in New York because New Yorkers wanted more. Like more flavor to go with all the flavor. A refreshing drink after climbing 6 flights of stairs to a walk-up apartment or standing in the subway station in 100-degree heat. Focus when I have an 8-hour shift. And Triple X after I was out all night at a club. Call Triple X. Drink vitamin water. It's from New York.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Basketball Leadership Podcast. Here are your hosts, Steve Collins and Greg Berg.
Hey, Coach. Welcome to the Basketball Leadership Podcast. I'm so excited you decided to join. Before we jump in, real quick, go over and check out Coach Berg's website, gberg.gumroad.com. It is awesome. You will not be disappointed. It's a little bit of everything. There's free resources over there with a preseason checklist, off-season playbook, all sorts of great things. Go over and check it out. All half of it's free. I should yell at him for all the free stuff he's giving away, but it's great. His team leader OS is awesome. So go over and check that out. Also, when you're there and you're thinking about it, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. You take that leadership, you take all the stuff that I have built over the last 30 years to build a nationally ranked team, to be nationally ranked, to win 3 state championships. Everything I have learned over the last 30 years is in teachhoops.com. Go over and check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. 14-day free trial. And let's head off to the podcast. Bye. All right. Welcome to the Basketball Leadership Podcast. In the middle of September. Halloween's coming up. My favorite holiday, Coach. I'm sure you'll hear me talk about it. Love Halloween. I don't know why.
You're a Halloween guy, huh?
I am a Halloween guy. I always loved it with the kids and stuff. We're a Disney family, so going to Disney World, they're not sponsors, but go to Disney World. They're the best place. Christmas and Halloween at Disney World is awesome. I'm just a kid at heart. All right, so we're going to talk, before we talk about the disease of me, Coach, let's talk about your newsletter. I'll put the link down below so coaches can find it. But why don't you talk about your newsletter a little bit? It's awesome, actually. I was just reading it 2 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, well, I started with 3 people, my mom, my dad, and myself in April of 2022. And now I'm up to about 13,000 followers, which is
awesome.
Crazy. And so, or subscribers, I guess. But no, it's actionable ideas on coaching, leadership, culture, and teams. It's really the same stuff that we talk about each and every week is in the newsletter. It's about a 4-minute read. It's free.
I like that's the best part of it. Like I get a couple other newsletter like The Hustle. If your newsletter, if it takes me more than 3 or 4 minutes, I don't read it because I don't have time.
Yeah. Yep.
But the ones I get, it's perfect length. I love it. I do.
And I got I'll have 1 new thought. I'll have 2 quotes and then 3 tweets or posts from other people. So, and there's a couple links. So if you're a coach, you're going through it and you're going to skim it. You're going to go through quick. You're going to find some things that resonate with you. And that's my goal, is just try to do what I can to help make coaches better.
Yeah, I love that. All right. So let's talk about the disease of me. This is something I talked about, 15 years, maybe. I don't know. Probably pretty close to when that book came out. I mean, I'm a huge believer in talking. It's The Winner Within, I believe, is the book by Pat Riley.
Pat Riley book.
Somewhere on the shelf.
Pat Riley, you look at what obviously he did as a coach, but then what he's done as with the Heat, and I mean the culture they've created there, and I've written about the disease of me, but basically he coined the phrase, Pat Riley did, and he used it to describe the negative impact that selfishness and ego have on a team. And when players have me first mindsets, and we know this as coaches, it will sabotage a team. And whether it's the bad apple study that we've talked about on this podcast, or, you know, it's a team sport, and you have to sacrifice your self-interest for the betterment of the team. And so as a coach, it's really important that we, are focused on this disease of me, because when they're more focused on themselves and their own shots and their own playing time, it's not going to end well for your team.
No. And it's not, and it's I've been able to solve the problem by discussions, by talking about it, by pointing it out. Like,
yep.
You
have to address it.
You have to address it.
You have to address it.
You have to address it. And you have to talk about it. And it's like, we do an early activity where I have everyone put down how much time they think they're going to play. And then we add it up, and it never adds. It's twice as much as there is playing time. So then I have the discussion. I go, look at where we are right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And usually it's a couple kids. It's like, well, let's talk about your goals and your role and all of those things. That's why I try to do those things as much as I can, but he really dives into it. It's like, there's several levels of it too. So we won't get into all of them, but it definitely can, I think, kill. I think the great teams, you and I have coached some really good teams. This isn't there in the really good teams. And if it's never so there. Far in the really hidden, you can't see it. Yes.
Or it's one person that realizes no one else cares about that, and so they just have to join in and be a part of the group, because the leaders are not putting up with it. And it's contagious. Just like positive energy is contagious, negative energy, the disease of me, is contagious. And if you have a couple guys that are starting to have that mindset, it's going to filter to others. And that's why, as a coach, you have to address it right away, and you got to hit it straight on. Like you said, discussion, conversation. It's critical. And I think I do the same thing. I have a preseason self-perception form where kids minutes, what do you think your role is going to be? And we have that preseason meeting. And I'm flat out honest right from the get-go. And then it's these ongoing discussions. And I think as coaches, I don't know if enough coaches really talk about role definition enough.
No. And I don't think I do it enough. And I do it at the beginning of this. I do it at least 4 times throughout the season. And it's like, I feel like I don't do it enough. I'm going to do something different, Coach. I haven't talked about this. I think I'm going to do, I'm working on a spreadsheet right now that I'm going to come up with 10 things that I think are important. And then I'm going to, every Friday, we're going to have I'm going to have a minute talk with every kid. And I'm going to give them a grade out of 10.
Yep.
So you're a 7.5. Well, why? Because, you were late here, or you didn't. Yeah, I haven't come up with the exact criteria of all the 10, but it's not going to be, you shot 58%. It's going to be diving on the floor. It's going to be running to station. It's going to be stuff that everyone can do.
Yep.
And it's a team stuff, and clapping on the bench. It's like
leadership team, being a good teammate.
Yeah. Basically being a good teammate, being a good person, being like, it's like, how are you helping each other out? Are you explaining stuff? Like, we see those things, and I want them to know I see them, but I've done this a really long time, and I still don't feel like I do it enough.
But the fact that you're aware of it means that, and me too, like, even though we don't feel it enough, the fact that we don't feel we do it enough probably means we do it quite a bit.
Right.
And I even think of just the little conversations we have before practice or after practice, where we talk about roles and what people do and expectations. Like, there's very subtle things that I think we do as coaches that all help develop this concept of we, and team. And we can do the opposite as coaches too. I've seen coaches that they don't even realize what they're saying, but what they're saying is promoting a me first mindset. Like, what we say really matters.
So give an example of that.
Celebrating individuals. It could be something as simple on a post-game press conference, or something that goes in the paper, and how you say it. Like, anytime our own players get interviewed after a game, I always go up to them before they go out to talk to the newspaper. I'll say, hey, Hunter, you got Post Bulletin and, Winona Daily News here. Remember, it's all about your teammates. Like, celebrate your, because they're gonna. And I tell the kids ahead of time. I said their job as paper people or video people, they want to talk about you.
Right.
Your job is to talk about us and team. But when we do that as a coach or a player does that, you're creating this division. And so at every moment, I think what we say matters.
You know who does a really good job of that?
Who's that?
Caitlin Clark.
Oh,
unbelievable good job. As a rookie, as a person that's going to make multimillionaires out of other women in that league. If you watch her press conferences, every one of them, she's talking about other people. Someone has prepped her to the,
and she did it at Iowa too.
Yeah.
And that's just an example where people that don't get team sports. I had a player like that he's the one at Iowa State. Averaged 28 points a game as a senior. Was one of a top 5 finalists for Mr. Basketball. Was probably one of the most unselfish players I ever coached. And he played that way. And people that knew basketball were like, could see it, but you don't know basketball and 28 points a game. Caitlin Clark's the same way. She always has the ball in her hands. She's a great passer. She's unselfish. She's a great decision maker. And she happens to average 25 points a game and shoot from 40 feet.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. Her press conferences are all about the team.
I just had to point that out. Yeah, she gets it. If you want to grab something for your players to listen to, and if you just go back and listen to every Fever press conference, everyone. I mean, I follow the Fever on TikTok, and I mean, it's unbelievable. It is. And she's in every one of them. Trust me, she's in every press conference. It's her and someone else. How they
started the year.
Yeah,
I mean, they weren't winning, and now look at where they're at.
Right.
And I mean, one of the reasons I'm doing a version 2.0 on my Team Leader OS coming up is people like Caitlin Clark. I've got some great content on her. There's a great interview that Brett Letbetter did with Caitlin Clark where they were filming her practice and her body language. And it just goes to show we can always grow as a leader.
I know. I've seen that too. That's a great clip. And but she owned it. She also knew it, and she also got better at it. And that's what leaders will do. They'll recognize and stuff. All right. Anything else with Disease of Me, Coach?
Oh, that's good.
All right. Till next week.
See ya.